Hello, my name is FreeHappyDolphin and welcome to the Verdict series. With the giveaway winners of this game now announced and the press start series wrapped up, there's one more thing to do. As much as I liked and praised Clonizer, it's time to transform my words into exact score and place it on the leaderboard and help you to decide if it's worth picking up. So as always, let's start with short-term engagement. To be honest, I liked it a lot in short-term. If you've played any roguelike card games, this one has all the fun mechanics you would expect, so you will be drawn into it just like into any other roguelike card game. But that's not just a copycat, as all of those familiar mechanics have game's own twists in it, not to mention that there's a huge addition to that. Your deck building skills will rely on ability to play on a hexagonal map with many different scenarios. And those scenarios are vastly different. We have 7 planets to go through with 3 more in rotation, each planet providing totally different battle rules, and also you can plan out your route towards one or another just like in traditional roguelike map. The run pacing is good, it doesn't take too much time to complete a run, and events and planets have interesting and mostly funny stories, so it's not boring grind either. And you're motivated to jump into the next run right after because like in all roguelike card games, you unlock a few cards and what's called goodies in this game. That being said, even though there are many ways to make the battle experience different, I often wish that the deck building tricks and synergies I would create would translate into something a bit more complex than just simple combat of trading units with enemies and spawning more. Though on the other hand, if you decipher the name of the game, Clonizer, maybe that's the whole point. Just clone a lot and do it better each time. Anyway, my final score for this category is 4.5 out of 5. Next up we have long-term engagement. As freshly released game, Clonizer already provides a massive pack of cards and goodies to play with. As mentioned before, unlocking new stuff is paced quite nicely and it doesn't take too long because you can try multiple strategies in the deck between unlocks. Clonizer also introduces what's called departments, a set of synergistic cards and goodies, and discovering this part was really fun for me actually. Just as I completed the department and had a nice, not too long but quite satisfying experience in the game, I suddenly unlocked a new one with brand new cards and strategies I never even imagined existed, so it practically doubled my expected time spent in the game. So there's definitely a lot material to dive into, and I'm really happy that developers have already announced what looks like to be another department with 60 more cards to play with, and that's a lot. So replayability and updates are looking strong, but while this upcoming update promises new mechanics and strategic depth, I'm not fully satisfied with overall difficulty. Yes, planets differ and there are many ways to play, but battles don't really challenge you until the final boss. The main difficulty comes not from any specific challenges, but just because you need to prepare for everything. Everything is a bit unpredictable. You're never sure where your opponents come from, what random damage you'll need to shield yourself against, or which final boss you will get. So while being prepared for anything until you get info about it is a challenge by itself, I feel that strategic depth suffers a bit from it being so simple challenge. I'm not sure what exact solution could be. Maybe make each planet as challenging as the final boss, or maybe have AI behave a bit more cohesively, but overall I am just a bit concerned about that long-term replayability from this angle. So the score is 4 out of 5. Next we have visuals and audio. As always, because we have titles on our leaderboard with stunning visuals where graphics are a major part of experience, I simply can't give this a max score because this game simply isn't about visuals. That being said, I didn't find myself complaining about it during gameplay and I'm really happy how it looks. Of course, you might start to nitpick things like wanting a bit more detailed maps or more character movement, but honestly it's totally fine. Though I must say I especially loved the card animations that somehow really popped out as something something special. Like in many indie games, this one makes up for maybe smaller graphics budget with creative gameplay and just creating something that fits the same style. And it works. Score is 4 out of 5. Second to last, we have handling and user interface. I love UI. It's very clear and seems like it was one of the priorities for developers, as it possibly should be if you're creating a card-based game. You could find a few places that could be improved, like highlighting certain terms. For example, the word discard wasn't highlighted like other action terms, so it wasn't exactly clear whatever it meant discarding after each use to discard pile, or maybe there are specific cards with this word that would trigger that action. So a few moments like this need more clarity, and while handling itself it's so simple that it's hard to make mistakes, I would still like more shortcuts than just the end turn button. Many card games today offer enough shortcuts to almost play entirely with only keyboard, so there's definitely room to grow here. What I also need to point out in this category is the loved in-game help, which comes both as a pop-ups and as an in-game encyclopedia, and I didn't find any bugs, which is excellent. Total score is 3.5 out of 5. And lastly, uniqueness and wow factor. Even though this game doesn't create a new genre like some of the titles on our leaderboard have, this does bring fresh twists to the roguelike card game formula. There are new mechanics and you never feel restricted in deck building. You can really create something unique and memorable in a run, which is a huge plus. Would it beat competitors, let's say like Slade Aspire or Bellatra? Well, not really, at least not yet. But Clonizer definitely brings new life into the genre and carries over best elements from its peers. So it might be on way earning its spot just nearby those competitors. I guess it all depends on how the game continues to evolve. 3.5 out of 5. Since there are no major negative factors, we will jump straight to the final score, which is 3.9 stars, a very competitive rating. Clonizer officially kicks Bazaar out of the 5th place, at least for now. We'll see if Bazaar's score changes after the post-release update, but from now on, this is a very respectable score and top 5 place on our leaderboard, and Clonizer absolutely deserves it. Thank you for watching this episode. This was Free Happy Dolphin, and see you soon.